Allow me to compare for you the old paper-based results recording system with our new electronic one, and I'll do that in the form of these two timelines. Let's start with the old paper-based system. The work would begin before semester when administrative staff would work with the departments to get appropriate details into our student administration system. This includes subject codes and titles, and also student enrolment details. The semester would start. Teachers would record interim assessment results into a paper-based ledger, and this is a first point of contention as some students were complaining that they weren't receiving copies of their results at this point. At the end of the semester, teachers were issued with a final results document. They would need to manually transcribe their records out of their ledger and into this document. They would then hand that on to senior departmental staff who would check it for accuracy and co-sign it, and this would give authority for those results to become official. The paperwork would be further handed on now to administrative staff who do the manual process of transcribing this data into our student administration system. And of course there are lots of areas where errors could creep in this process. And finally, those results will be made available to students, including a pre-existing technology called our My.Swinburne portal. Okay, so that's the old way. Let's have a look at the new. It begins the same way with enrolment details needing to be available in our SAS. There is, however, now a new step, which is the provisioning or creation of WebCT subjects, which is one that we've been able to devolve out to departments. This is really critical now because for it to work, every subject that students enroll in needs to have a corresponding WebCT area so that results can actually be recorded. Semester would start as normal. Teachers again would record interim results, but now they'd be doing so not into a paper system but into the gradebook of WebCT. We have already enrolled their students into this WebCT subject and we've got that information from our SAS. So the teacher's job now is to record results into columns in the gradebook. Teachers, of course, would also need to put in final results, but now they're doing so electronically into columns that we've created specifically for that purpose in their WebCT subjects. There is a new process here where senior staff get to validate results, but now they're doing so electronically through a technology that we've created for them. So they can see those results on screen, check them for accuracy, and electronically validate them. And at that point, those results can be electronically transferred to our SAS. And so, as with the previous timeline, those results are now available to students. Perhaps the most interesting thing in all of this is to compare those two timelines, however, to see where there might be some efficiencies. Fundamentally, we've not really changed many of the key steps here. However, what we've been able to do is to remove some of the more worrying processes. So, for instance, there is no longer a need for paper records to be kept, for administrative staff to transcribe those and for errors to creep in. Also, because we're able to keep all of the results electronically, we can greatly accelerate the process from final results being recorded for a teacher through to them being made available to students. And another pleasant spin-off of all of that is now that we've got the technologies in place, that results approval process can occur at any point in the delivery system. So we're no longer bound to traditional calendars for results entry and for results approval.